Americans are always asking me, what beer do we drink here in Australia? My name's Jesse Sunset, self-proclaimed beer journalist, and the first beer I had to hit you with is the most iconic Australian beer of all time. And you might notice, no, it's not a Foster's. It's a bloody Victoria Bitter. This is also the first beer that I ever had. I was at a family reunion. I noticed that all the grown-ups were talking. My Uncle Peter sat down his VB. He wasn't looking. I grabbed the VB, I looked around. Boom, hit it, instantly spat it back up everywhere. Not only was it the remnants of the bottom of a bottle of VB, he'd been ashing his cigarettes in there. End of a warm VB full of cigarettes. If you're Australian, you'll know that's not a very tasty way to enjoy your first beverage. So I had to hit you with the Victoria Bitter. In my opinion, it is the most iconic Australian beer of all time. Look at the logo. The brown bottle, the most Australian thing I can bloody think of is a Victoria Bitter. If anyone tells you there's any beer more iconic in Australia than the VB, I reckon they're bullshitting, mate. This is true Aussie beer. It's not the most popular anymore, no way, but it is the most iconic. I would argue that. Yeah, I mean, beer journalist. Here we go, cheers big ears. Ah, that old familiar taste, Victoria Bitter. You want this one icy cold? If I was to describe it to an American, I would say standard full strength lager, but bitter, really, really bitter. A little sweet, smooth back end, but super bitter. I really can't think of a beer in America that tastes anything similar to Victoria Bitter. Of all the beers I'd like to go to America and just sort of hand out in the street to get Americans to try, it would be the bloody VB. And to the few Americans who have had a Victoria Bitter, let me know what you thought of it in the comments. I'm very interested to hear. Jumped on a plane from LA the other day, flew back home here to Sydney, my hometown, Avalon Beach. Beautiful weather, beautiful waves, and I thought I'd hit you guys with an Aussie beer review. Americans, let me know if you want to see more Aussie beer reviews. I'm going 8 out of 10 on the VB. It's probably a bit of an acquired taste if you haven't had it, but for me, it brings back precious, precious memories. My name's Jesse Sunset. What do you want to see me review next? Cheers, bloody big ears. Welcome to Australia.